Today's drawing is inspired by the Ingalls family from the Little House on the Prairie books. You'll be drawing the family in their covered wagon. You can use these pictures that I have at the beginning and the end of the video to help you draw and add details. Let's get started! When you are drawing your Little House on the Prairie wagon, you are going to put your hand at the bottom of your paper when it's vertical and make a dot. From that dot, you're gonna make a horizontal line. You can do this with your pencil. I'm doing it with a Sharpie so that you can see. This is going to be the bottom part of the wagon that the family sits in, and the wheels will be down here. So next, we will make a diagonal line and another diagonal line to show the bottom of the wagon, and we'll connect it with a horizontal line. All right, next we are going to make the top part of the cover of the covered wagon. So this is going to be a big upside down U shape, and we're going to be we're going to make a dot that's a couple inches from the top of our paper, and it goes out, curves around the top, and then comes back in. So that kind of just gives you an idea of where you're going. So this is nice and big. I'm going to curve out, up, meet that dot at the top, and try to have it symmetrical and come back in on the other side. Just do your best to make it nice and big when you're doing this, okay? Next, we're going to draw the three girls in the back of the wagon. So we'll have in the center. So if I go a little under halfway in the middle of this covered wagon, we're going to draw an oval, and that's going to be Mary, the tallest and oldest. Laura will be next to her, so her circle is going to be a little bit lower, or her oval. And then Carrie's the youngest, so we're going to put her on this side of Mary. Now, I'm just going to draw the shapes of their heads and bodies. You're going to add the details of the face and the hair and all that good stuff. So for each of them, we're just going to draw 2 lines down for their neck. Connect it with a U shape for the collar of their shirt or their dress. And then we'll draw shoulders. So just curving down, and then you get to decorate their dresses and outfits however you would like to do that. So this Mary is going to be behind Carrie, so you won't see all of her shoulder, okay? Laura, we'll draw her shoulder here first, and here. And then so Mary's kind of behind both of them. And you can go ahead and add in their eyes, nose, mouth, their hair, or maybe they're wearing a bonnet. I'm gonna let you work on those details today. Okay, so we have where they are. Now their parents, this is the back of the wagon. Their parents are towards the front of the wagon, and we see the backs of their heads. So we're just gonna show that by putting a circle. So above where Mary is right here, we're gonna go up and over, and that's going to be where Ma's bonnet is. So it's like the back of her head. So that's a circle. And then this is kind of just showing the shape of the bonnet. Okay, and then her shoulders. Okay, and then Pa, he's gonna be next to her, next to Ma, and he's got a big hat too, so that's curved this way. And then there's a U shape coming up, and then he's kind of looking at Ma, or looking to the side, so you can see him and his beard. And again, you're welcome to add other details later. I'm just helping you find where the characters are sitting in the wagon, okay? So we have where they all are. I'm leaving this part open to you to be super creative, okay? So we've drawn our wagon. Now we need to finish adding details to the covered part of the wagon. We need to draw, this is the outside part, so we need to show the second frame of the wagon, and it's kind of bumpy because it's all fabric. It's kind of like a cloud line. You're just kind of bumping around the inside to show the covered part of the covered wagon. Okay, so this is the back. Now we're going to show the inside of the wagon. So where Pa and Ma are is the inside or the front of the wagon that we're going to show here. Okay, and then you can also just add in some curved lines, and that kind of makes it look 3D too, so that's kind of cool. And then we'll just kind of show that they're sitting on a bench here. That's what that line's gonna show us. Okay, and then the horses would be out front here. Next, we're going to draw on the wheels for the wagon. So to draw on a wheel, it's kind of like making an ear. So towards the bottom of this rectangle piece, I'm going to curve up like I'm drawing the ear on the side of someone's head, and then come down and curve back up. Now I'm going to repeat that to make it look 3D like that. Then I'll draw the central circle and some spokes coming off of that wagon wheel. Kind of looks like a pizza. Okay, after you draw all this, you'll be going over it in Sharpie. I'm just starting in Sharpie right now. So if you make a mistake, you can erase and always make changes. Now this is going to be a line that connects. It's kind of like a spoke for our wagon. So a line going across. Now I'm going to draw my other wagon wheel just about the same way. Trying to match up my lines. Okay. And then repeating it to make it look 3D. And the center and the spokes coming off of the wagon wheel. Cool. Awesome. So then, after you've drawn the people and the covered wagon and the wheels, this is your time to add details and add color. So you could make this look, you could make it look like it's wooden. So you could draw some lines to show that there's wood. You could color it in like it's wood grain. Again, you can have so much fun with the designs on their dresses and their clothes. We want to make sure that we add in some kind of a horizon line. So our horizon line is going to be way up high towards the top to show that they're on the prairie, and everything below this line will be green. Everything above that line will be the sky. So you can have fun with if you want to show that there's a path, or a lot of times they weren't on a path, they were on grass. So that's up to you how you want to do that. You're welcome to use colored pencils or crayons, or if you would like to use oil pastels, you may do that. A couple of tips with showing the grass. Grass isn't always just green, especially in these stories. A lot of times there's droughts. So that's why I have like the yellowy paper. You can add like little lines of grass. And when you're in the foreground, in the front, that's where you would show the details of the grass, where you're showing little lines. I would also add brown to kind of show that some of the grass is dead, or maybe a dark green or even a yellow. But then as you go higher up, and our horizon line's way off in the distance, so this is really, really far away, this grass, you can just kind of fill it in with the side of your oil pastel and not have as many details. And then as you get closer this way, you can add those details like I did here. So there's lots of different ways that you can do this. So again, I would maybe add like less and less little lines, and they get shorter as I go back. And up here, I can have lots and lots of them to show the details, and you can show that the wagon wheels, running them over and that kind of thing too. The covered wagon, I would probably fill with a white. And again, this can be with oil pastels, it can be with crayons, but you could fill it with a white to kind of give it like a fluffy texture, because this is fabric on the wagon. So you can do that too. And then if you're using oil pastels, I would outline with a black oil pastel. If you're using crayons or colored pencils, you can outline with a marker or a Sharpie. Do not try to use a marker over top of oil pastels though. So I'm not going to show you exactly how to color it in. I'm just giving you some ideas, and I can't wait to see your little house on the prairie covered wagon drawings. Good luck.